In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto.
Question everything, trust nothing. Guys, it's your boy BlockchainCrusader here. We're back for another episode of Debate Crypto. Guys, I got some special news for you. I'm going live at 2 p.m. today just for the simple fact that, honestly, we're going to be going live again later tonight at 7:30 as well, but it's going to be more of a special with Keeper down in the Bahamas and what is happening down there right now. So we're going to be focusing on what the crypto news is right now, right here. So that being said, smash the likes if you haven't smashed the likes, guys. Some pretty interesting news. We got apparently some ETH whales coming in to possibly make a dump on the market. So if you want to make sure you find out all the details about that, stay to the end of the video. We're going to be talking about Brazil getting involved in DeFi. We're talking about Alliance Block and their privacy-focused wallet. Or should I say not privacy-focused wallet? Oh, yeah, it is a wallet. Sorry about that. And we're going to be talking about Binance acquiring some what you may call it, Voyager assets. I know a lot of people have their stuff stuck on Voyager, been wondering what's going to be happening with Voyager since the FTX, FTX was supposedly going to buy them out. That went kaput and collapsed. So now we know Binance has acquired it. So we're going to be going into details about that as well. So guys, like I said, smash the likes if you haven't smashed the likes just yet. And also, quick tip of the day, we're 22 NFT, 22 commodity mints away from the next giveaway, guys. So if you're excited about that, whether you're gonna win a Purifier Tactical, you might win some cool merch, you might win maybe just some ETH, So whatever it is, we're going to be figuring out what that giveaway is. It's going to be a little spinning wheel. Somebody's going to get lucky. Someone's going to be able to take it home. So that being said, make sure you smash the likes. Make sure you join the Discord. Get involved. There is 5 ETH, guys, a potential of $25,000 on the line for somebody that gets involved in this commodities mint. So make sure you get involved. So let's start off here. Right? No market overwatch. The market has been the same that it has been the last couple of days. Nothing but Fugazi, right? Straight sideways. Actually, yeah, kind of downward, right? Everything's down about 1% or less right now. I'm looking at it. It is what it is. Market's coming down. There's a lot of FUD. There's a lot of things going on, but nothing major. Somebody's saying that we've got an echo. I do not know what the echo is, but let me know. Let me know if you guys hear an echo in the chat. Let me know if you guys are still hearing an echo. It's too early to drink on every Fugazi. Hey, it's never too early, man. The Christmas holidays are coming up. So let's start off with a lot alias block here. Actually, something that I like to talk about a lot: privacy and being prepared. So that being said, let me share this here real quick, and we will get right into it, guys. So, as you guys can see, Alliance Block launches a privacy-focused programmable smart crypto wallet, right? So this decentralized finance infrastructure center that creates a seamless bridge between decentralized and traditional finance announced on December 14th. I know it's been a few days, but this is very important. I have not heard anybody really talking about this. The launch of a new privacy-focused smart crypto wallet, Nexera ID. Okay. So Nexera is a unique technology solution that uses programmable smart wallets to improve privacy, security, and self-custody. I'm always a big fan of those three. So let's keep reading about this, right? With the Nexera digital wallet, users' digital assets and identification information are safely stored inside a specific kind of digital token known as a meta NFT. Okay, interesting. Let's keep on reading. In particular, users of the smart crypto wallet may establish their own rules. Also, a big plus right there, being able to control your own data. Their own rules for the disclosure of personal data, the management of digital assets, and the performance of wallet-related tasks, including the retrieval of funds. The self-custodial wallet is also built on the Nexera protocol and uses soul-bound meta NFTs to establish a wallet. So this is obviously what is just repeated what they've been saying, right? The builders and developers can easily integrate Nexera to create interoperable solutions that make it easy to use their platforms and solutions. With Nexera, we are ushering in the next era of self-sovereignty, self-custody, security of digital assets, and protecting users' privacy. So I'm not going to keep reading into that, but with that being said, it is very important, right, that as we move towards this future of decentralization, as we move into this future of self-custody, we've obviously have all learned a hard lesson here in the last couple of months with Celsius and FTX and many other Voyager and other companies going down and people losing a lot of their assets on those centralized platforms. With that, we've learned, okay, we need to be self-custody, right? Something we've all, people that have been here for a while, have been saying for a long time, but newer people still haven't realized or gotten comfortable enough to do this. As people continue to move towards self-custody and holding their own crypto, you also want some privacy. You don't want to have $1 million or whatever amount of dollars you have, right? Whatever amount of money or assets you have on your wallet to actually be publicly known, right? Because then that makes your wallet a target, right? And then if they can identify you to that wallet, it makes you an even bigger target. So privacy and security go hand in hand. And at some point, these wallets are going to have to become more private in a way where people can not just see everything that you're holding inside of that wallet. So I am an advocate for privacy. I will be staying in touch with this company and seeing what they're doing, right? And seeing how their competitors are doing when it comes to privacy, because you need to be privacy focused to be secure and to stay safe out there. It's the wild, wild west. And, we're hearing about PayPal getting involved with MetaMask. We already know MetaMask tracks all your data, tracks your IP address. It's tracking what you're doing. Now with a middleman like PayPal getting in, another company is going to want to collect even more data on you. Excuse me, guys. It's going to want to collect even more data on you. That's something to be vigilant about. So make sure that you guys are staying safe out there and keeping custody of your own crypto, because if you're not, they will come for you. Let's move on to Brazil. Guys, don't forget about the ETH whales, right? That's what this video is all about. Make sure you stay to the end of this. It's very, very important. But first, let's jump into Brazil. Let's talk about what is Brazil doing right now. And if you haven't smashed the likes, smash the likes. If you haven't shared out the live, let the people know what's happening. Let the people know, my friends. Debate Crypto is here. We're live. It's the Crusader week, all week long, right? I think Keeper won't be back until a few more days. But that being said, let's move on to Brazil. Let's move on to Brazil here. Give me 2 seconds and I'll bring Brazil right up. And here we go. All right. Brazil could launch its DeFi integrated digital real in 2024. If you must be wondering what that is, that's their own currency, right? So let's jump in here. Roberto Campos Neto, president of the Central Bank of Brazil, has stated that the digital real project, the Brazilian Central Bank digital currency, could be launched in 2024. Campos Neto also remarked on the benefits the digital currency system might bring as it's integrated with traditional finance structures and decentralized finance institutions. Interesting. CBDC and decentralized finance? Very interesting. So the digital real might be ready in 2024. Brazil is one of the countries that has made significant advances in the field of central banking digital currencies. Nothing to be bragging about unless you're an insider and once you're all for the matrix. But outside of that, I don't think there's a lot to brag about there. While there is currently no official date for the insurance of the digital real, Roberto Campos Neto, president of the Central Bank of Brazil, has hinted at the possible launch of the currency at 2024 at a December 13 event that Campos stated, in 2024, I would like to have a release. There are many challenges to reach this schedule, but this is our own vision, our own goal. So they're considering a whole, test run for the digital real starts in 2023, and then they're going to be obviously figuring that out. So let's talk about how they integrate this with DeFi. So Campos also made a reference to the integration of the digital real with other traditional and decentralized finance-based structures. One of the tasks of that bank is focusing on the implementation of a model that includes digital real with open finance, a model that fosters the sharing of data, products, services between regulated entities. This would mean that Brazilians would need a super app to manage a super app. That's very interesting. All of their financial instruments, including digital real, tokenized banking deposits, and also cryptocurrency holdings. This is not the first time Campos has made a reference to this concept. Back in November, Campos also referred to a super app that would encompass all of the functionalities of traditional and legacy finance instruments in a common hub. So, right, they're talking about Web3 ecosystems and this whole integration. Now let's talk about the reality here. What does that really mean? What that really means is they're selling you on the idea that CBDCs will push forward on these decentralized platforms. Let me tell you why that's not probably going to happen. And if it is, why it's a Trojan horse, right? The reason why I don't think that would happen is why would they sell you, or they're going to sell you a CBDC, right, for convenience factor. And then if they do mix in this decentralized DeFi platform so you can use your CBDC on, right, it's like, oh, if you use this decentralized platform with the CBDC that we're giving you, you're going to be able to create some yield on your money and make your money work for you. It's going to be so different from the traditional system where the banks don't pay you anything. I think that's a big load of fugazi. I think that's just one of the narratives that they're going to try to push to, swindle people into getting involved with the CBDCs and being pro CBDC. I don't think the CBDCs and DeFi ever are going to coexist in that manner, for the simple fact that DeFi goes against the traditional system. It goes against what they want, right? Is it really going to be DeFi if their CBDC is going to be on there, which tracks absolutely everything, zero privacy, and at the same time is controlled by them, that they can just turn on the money printer at any time? I think I think everybody needs to be very careful with the word fugazi, because it's gonna be, you guys are gonna be getting pretty wild out here pretty soon if you guys keep drinking every time I say fugazi. But that being said, DeFi, CBDCs don't go hand in hand. They're actually kind of opposites. I don't see it as anything else but a narrative to push, to make people, to convince people that CBDCs are actually going to be beneficial for you and they can make all this money for you, and they're not actually as controlled by the government as they, like, it's this narrative that's not true. That's just a way to convince people to jump into it. So we have to be very careful. True DeFi is, hey, F the system, right? We're not here for none of that shenanigans. I'm not going to say fugazi. For none of that shenanigans ever again. We control our own protocols. The protocols run on their own. Nobody's controlling them after they're being created. Allows regular people to jump in, be liquidity holders, whatever it is, and actually make yield from it, and use cryptos that are actually about decentralization, about not tracking you. But throwing a CBDC in there is a major wrench. It's a major wrench into what crypto and DeFi is supposed to be all about. So I don't know. Brazil has definitely been doing a lot of interesting things with crypto, and them being one of the larger movers in the CBDC camp. People need to be careful. CBDCs are coming one way or another, but people need to make sure that they don't get convinced and lullabied into sleep, believing that this is actually something good for them. It's only good and beneficial to the traditional system. It's not beneficial to you at all. Guys, smash the likes if you haven't smashed the likes. Let's get ready. Here we go with banks are getting the green light to hold 1 to 2% in crypto, right? In crypto. So that is very interesting. Banks holding crypto? I wonder why they would want to do that. Let's go here. So here you guys have it. Commercial banks across the world can now hold between 1 to 2% of their tier 1 capital in crypto following a decision. Let me actually zoom in here a little bit. Following a decision by the Basel Committee Oversight Body, the group of central bank governors and head of supervision endorsed a finalized standard on banks' crypto assets exposures on Friday. The standard classifies cryptos into tokenized stocks slash bonds and stable coins, aka traditional assets, which don't have a limit, and actual cryptos like Bitcoin or ETH. For the latter, a Bitcoin's total exposure to Group 2 crypto assets should not generally be higher than 1% of the bank's Tier 1 capital and must not exceed 2% of the bank's Tier 1 capital, the standard says. JP Morgan has the biggest Tier 1 capital at $263 billion, so they can hold $2.6 billion in crypto. Capital One, on the other hand, has Tier 1 at just $28 billion. Oh man, just $28 billion. So they can hold only 280 million worth of crypto. However, expectations are made if crypto is being held as a hedge. So if the bank is selling long Bitcoin futures on CBDC, the buys spot Bitcoin to hedge that long in case the price does go up. This Bitcoin does not count as part of their reserve requirement. In addition, the custody of customers crypto does not appear to count either, making this more about banks' own assets. Some studies have found that some exposure to crypto provides higher risk adjusted returns in the modern portfolio theory, yada, yada. Let's get into the real meat and potatoes here, guys. Banks are getting into crypto. Institutions are getting involved with crypto. There's no if, ands, or buts. It's happening, right? It's happening faster than the CBDCs. It just is what it is. They understand the value of these assets. They understand the potential of wealth that they can create. They understand that the greatest transfer of wealth has been happening, not is, but has been happening. They have not been partaking as much as they want to. And now they're saying, we're in it for the win, right? So they're coming in. Right now, it's 1 to 2%, but I'm sure in a couple of years, that 1 to 2% is going to get a lot higher. With that being said, at the same time, what do you hear? You hear about all the negative news in crypto. You hear about how the market's going down. You hear about all the negative sentiment. You hear about how the market's never going to recover because of the FTX situation, because of the Sam Bankman-Fried rug pulling everybody, right? How we're going to be in this crypto winter for years and years and years, possibly a whole decade, right? You hear all these crazy rumors and FUD about what's happening in crypto. Yeah, what's happening in the background? Brazil, banks, more are all getting involved in crypto. JP Morgan and many other banks have talked about being involved in crypto, are going to continue getting exposure to crypto. And that is what this reset is about. That it's about them bringing the price back down and then buying up assets, making sure they shake out all the regular investors like you and me, and then people like us are out of the way, and they can load up their bags, right? Institutions can load up their bags, sell all this crypto at premium prices to their wealthy clients, and to then eventually to the rest of us in 401ks and whatever other fugazi little thing that they sell you that you will hope to one day retire and be rich, and it's all going to be based on crypto, right? But in the reality, they're going to be self-custodying all these assets. They're going to be holding all these assets. They're going to be leveraging all these assets. And what are you going to be doing? You're going to be fighting for crumbs in your 401k or Roth IRA or whatever other fugazi thing the government allows you to build out there with crypto or with traditional finance systems right now. So the truth is, if you're not self-custodying crypto, if you are not understanding what is happening in crypto, if you're not seeing where crypto is going and what all these institutions and big players are doing in the background, then you just don't get it. And you're going to miss out on the greatest transfer of wealth. It's sad to say. It's sad to say that a lot of us will miss the greatest transfer of wealth because somebody's going to panic sell, because people are getting in and out because they're greedy and they are not actually paying attention to what is happening. Everybody is thinking in dollars. No one is thinking in assets. No one is thinking, I'm holding 5 Bitcoin, I'm holding 10 Ethereum. Everyone's thinking, I'm holding $1,000 here, I'm holding $10,000 over there. I'm trying to make $20,000. I'm trying to make, $30,000. Everyone's thinking in dollars. And in reality, you should be thinking in assets, in crypto digital assets, right? How much of this asset do I own? Do I own enough of this asset? Is there a scarcity? Are these institutions going to buy up the supply, and are we going to be getting fed crumbs back, right? What happens if I can actually accumulate X, Y, and Z of this asset? What does that plan look like? And stop thinking in dollars. That's the reality of it. That is why we are giving away 5 ETH. And a lot of times we just mention it as 5 ETH. Recently, you've heard me talk about $25,000 because maybe you guys are not understanding. And I understand that the core fundamental group that follows Danger Close Alpha, that follows us, you guys get it. But for the new viewers that are not you're just jumping in for the first time, might be hearing it for the first time, might hear, oh, giving away 5 ETH. That's cool. But they think 5 and they just think of 5, right? The number 5, and then they don't really equivalent to how much that really means in Ethereum and what that really means for their future. So I have to convert it. Right? I was like, hey, 5 Ethereum right now, it's just a little over $5,000. But at the all-time high, that would be technically about $25,000, right? They're each $5,000 each. And that is, and if you don't believe that ETH can hit that again and even double from there, let's just say double, right? 10K would be the top next time. Let's assume that. That's 10K per ETH. That is $50,000 if you are to accumulate that 5 ETH, if you're to win that 5 ETH through the Danger Close Alpha project, and then you just hold it. Who else is doing that? And are you realizing what 5 ETH actually means? So sometimes I really have to convert this back to dollars so that people can get it. But guys, I appreciate all of you guys coming on here. I love all you guys jumping into the chat. Make sure you smash the like. Make sure you guys share out the live. Let's talk about Binance. Let's talk about how Binance is winning or has won the bid for the Voyager assets. So let's talk about that real quick. Let me share my screen here. And here we are. So Binance.us wins bid to acquire Voyager assets, right? So let me zoom in a little bit here. Binance has won to secure the Voyager assets that are worth nearly $1 billion. The customers of the defunct crypto platform will be able to access their crypto on Binance.us after the completion of the acquisition deal. So there you guys have it. The platform Voyager was announced that Binance US has won. It's worth nearly $1 billion and aims to return the crypto to customers. Notably, the bid was initially won by FTX US, but we all know how that went. It went kaput. I'm sure they wish somebody was bidding for them, but they are not. All right, so that having gone sideways, now that the Binance US has won the deal, as part of the bid, the American Crypto Exchange will make a deposit of $10 million in good faith. Additionally, Binance.us will bear Voyager's expenses up to $15 million. The deal also puts April 18th, 2022 as the deadline for the completion of the acquisition. And if this fails, Voyager will be allowed to give customers. And if this fails, Voyager will be allowed to give customers back their funds after giving the exchange a month extension. That sounds kind of weird. If they fail, then they will give the customers their money back. You would think they would say if it succeeds, they will give their money back. Nonetheless, April 18th. So we still got a few months for that. Obviously, could be still a few more, 3 or 4 more months until then. Could be sooner. Hopefully this does work out. And then you guys heard it here. You will be getting your money back from Binance.us. So if you don't have a Binance.us and you lost your stuff on Voyager, you might be want to set up a Binance.us account. Tom Crown in the house. What is going on, brother? How's it going over there, dude? Hope everything's going good. So Ken says, How can Binance be insolvent and buy Voyager? Look, guys. Yes, it's just fun. Could Binance have some sketchy stuff happening in their background or in their books that people might not they might not want people to see? Possibly, right? A lot of businesses have something that don't want other people to see. Um, but does that mean Binance is insolvent? Absolutely not. Binance has been nothing but top tier crypto monster since 2018, 2017 when they came about and they literally just went rampant worldwide, global, right? This is Binance.us that acquired Voyager, not even Binance like the global entity that is nationwide, international. So Binance.us is separate from the other Binance, just like FTX.us and FTX are separate too. So don't believe the FUD. But that being said, also don't trust centralized exchanges, right? Keep your money off these centralized exchanges. If you guys are still keeping your money on these centralized exchanges, and let's say Binance does go down, or have they did a few weeks ago or a few days ago where they halted withdrawals, don't be surprised. They are centralized and they will do whatever they need to, right? So do not trust them just because I say that they are not going to go insolvent. But remember, they are just a tool. They are not your bank, right? Don't treat them like your bank. You're not going to be able to call them and get your assets out because if they're in there, they are not yours, not your keys, not your coins. It's that simple. And that goes with any exchange. I don't care how great Binance is, and I can talk positive about Binance all the time, and I kind of always do. But that being said, I recognize what they are. They are a tool. They are centralized. I do not trust them. I just use them efficiently. And as simple as that. I do what I need to do and then I'm out. And I take my assets with me. I hold self custody. I am my own bank. Do not treat these exchanges, no matter whether they're insolvent or not insolvent, right? Whether they can be the greatest exchange in the world. Do not leave your assets on there. Do not trust them. So I got a question here. But Ken, that was a great question, by the way. Great question. So iStack Crypto says, question. I transferred my crypto from exchanges to hardware wallet using Binance smart contract due to low fees. If something happens to Binance, what happens to the Binance chain and my assets in my wallet? Well, their coin, right, and their exchange are kind of like, so you're not talking about BNB, you're talking about Binance smart contract. So look, technically they should be okay. Technically. But at the same time, you saw what happened, right, with FTT, their FTX token, and FTX. FTT went bye-bye, and so did FTX. So would you trust it? Are you going to trust a centralized blockchain? Right? That's the question. Right? We know Binance is centralized. We know BNB is centralized. And that's why they have a lot of low gas fees and all this stuff. So the real question is, would you trust a centralized blockchain? I wouldn't. Whatever I have on there, I would assume that I'm okay with losing it if it were to go down, if it were to go away. But yes, I would try to keep in mind that they're not officially tied together, but they're tied together, right? It's basically that. Your centralized entity creates centralized blockchain protocol. If one goes down, the other probably goes down as well. Not creating FUD, not trying to put any fear, right? Just that's the reality. Any crypto asset can go away tomorrow. We've talked about this. Any altcoin can go to zero tomorrow, right? Look what's happened with Solana. Look what's happened with EOS. Look what's happened with other blockchains that have come up. They've done great and then they've disappeared. They've gone away and they just either hit zero or just became a dead project, right? That is a reality of altcoins. That is why Bitcoin maximalists do not believe in altcoins because they do not believe Bitcoin can ever go to zero. Anything that is besides Bitcoin, has a great chance of going to zero. That's just the way they see it, and I can see that, right? I can agree with that. So that's the answer. Anything can go to zero, and if it's centralized, you have a greater chance, right? Decentralized things have gone to zero too. Anything can go to zero. That's an altcoin. So always be very, very careful. Guys, we finally made it to the end of the show. Ethereum whales. Are they dumping? Is ETH gonna hit $600 like we've talked about on T8 Thursdays here? We're about to find out. We are about to find out. Here we are, guys. Let me share my screen. Here we go. So, massive dormant Ethereum linked to Genesis and Poloniex moved. Sell-off incoming? Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. Here we go. While FUD related to Genesis and Barry Sabert's digital currency group continues to rise, large amounts of dormant Ethereum linked to Genesis and Poloniex were moved in the last 24 hours. The dormant addresses transferred 22,982 Ethereum to two new wallet addresses. The Ethereum originated from Genesis moved after 5 years. Peg Shield Alert in a tweet on December 19th revealed that two dormant addresses have transferred almost 22,000 ETH, worth 27.2 million to two new addresses. This Ethereum originated from Genesis and Poloniex in 2016 and 2018, respectively. Moreover, the last movement of Ethereum in the wallet address was in October 2018. On-chain analytics platform Look On-chain reported that the two addresses have been dormant for 5 years. For 5 years, became active on Sunday and transferred 22,000. Once again, keep talking about how much they moved. Okay, we get it. But what's happening? The two new addresses now have almost 13,105 ETH and 9,802 respectively. The old addresses are now just valued at $57.25. Moreover, the new addresses only have Ethereum that were transferred on Sunday. The movement of dormant crypto assets has generally followed by a sell-off of those assets in the next few days. Ethereum price is currently trading at 1,100. We all know where that is. There's been a lot of Binance FUD, right? Has caused sell-offs and everything else that's happening. So let's talk about DCG, right? Digital Currency Group and Grayscale under insolvency risk. The crypto Twitter last week reported that cryptocurrencies related to Bill Sarber's digital currency groups such as Filecoin, Flow, Stacks, Liver King, LivePeer, Ethereum Classic, Decentraland, and others saw massive sell-offs. Crypto expert Andrew Parish and Adam whatever noted that if DCG is selling cryptocurrencies in small batches, it could be the early stage of DCG insolvency. Moreover, DCG could dissolve Grayscale's GBTC and Ethereum ETF. Well, not ETF. You know what I mean. Trust. This indeed risks insolvency for Grayscale. According to data by CoinGlass, GBTC is trading at a discount premium rate of 48% and ETH at a discount premium of 52%. So, are they doing this? Nothing is confirmed just yet. Is the FUD flying around? Absolutely. Are people afraid? Absolutely. Should they? It's warranted, right? The fear is warranted. But this is the dilemma you need to come across. Okay, let's say they do go insolvent. Okay, cool. They're going to sell off assets. Okay, cool. Are your assets on there? No. Okay, cool. Perfect. You're self-custodying? Yep. Okay, cool. Perfect. So you don't have risk of losing your assets or having your assets frozen. That's great. Could the price go down? Absolutely. What does that mean? More blood in the street. What does that then tell you? More opportunity. Okay. Do you identify this price drop as an opportunity? if we do have another drop and they do dump Ethereum and all these things, and ETH does go below $1,000, you need to ask yourself, is this an opportunity for you? Do you hold ETH in your portfolio? Do you want more ETH in your portfolio? Do you see where ETH is headed in the future? And if it is, might be a time to identify opportunity, right? I believe in Ethereum long term. I see where it's going. I see where it came from. I see what it's doing. There's a lot of things I don't like, but there's a lot of things I do like. That being said, I don't believe Ethereum will fail. I don't believe Ethereum will go to zero. I do believe that Ethereum will once again, without a doubt, hit its previous all-time high, and it can at least double from its previous all-time high. That being said, if ETH goes below 1,000, I identify that as an opportunity for me, for my portfolio, and I will be accumulating more Ethereum. I will also be accumulating more Bitcoin, right? That is a situation. That is a reality. That means that Bitcoin is obviously dumping as well at some point. And if we're below 10K for Bitcoin, I will also be scooping up some Bitcoin, because even though they're not going to, Bitcoin won't make you life-changing money, depending on how much money you put into it, right? Let's say you just have $1,000, $2,000, might not make you life-changing money, but it will make you money nonetheless, and it is the less riskiest asset of the entire cryptocurrency game. That being said, with Ethereum, a lot of people don't treat it like an altcoin anymore. I'm somewhat in that camp that believes that that is a valid reason. That being said, I see ETH as digital oil, right? Bitcoin being digital gold, and Ethereum being digital oil. Digital oil has future, has potential. I will accumulate. And I'm saying this as me. I am not giving you financial advice. I am not saying this to give you financial advice. You should not take this as financial advice, because it's not. Because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on the internet talking about their opinions, their thoughts. I will accumulate as much Ethereum as possible, because I do believe that Ethereum can create life-changing money even with a small amount of money, right? It goes down to 500, 600, 800, sub 1,000. You can put in a few $1,000s if you've been able to accumulate some cash during these last 2 years and really, accumulate some dry powder on the side and dollar cost average into it. That is my plan. That's what I've been doing. I've been accumulating cash. And with that being said, I've already been dollar cost averaging into other assets, because Ethereum is still somewhat expensive, in my opinion, because I was originally dollar cost averaging Ethereum at $300 or less, at $1,000 plus. Yes, I've bought some, but I still find it expensive. So I would definitely find it a lot cheaper for me personally if it gets closer to that $600 mark. So that being said, that is what I believe, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So it is what it is. Ken says, "How can I ever accumulate ETH? How can I ever accumulate ETH if it's spending on a certain NFT project?" Well, let's be honest. Whatever ETH you spend on the Danger Close Alpha project, I hope is not from your personal portfolio, right? I hope that you are using this as the ETH that you're spending is managed risk. You're understanding that you're getting into this NFT project for the utility and for the future that it can ride on. And it's a way higher risk asset, right, than holding the ETH in of itself. I hope that you're building you have a different portfolio for long-term investments where your long-term ETH is going to. And if ETH does go a lot lower, I hope you identify that as an opportunity. At the end of the day, we're trying to give back to the community as much as we can, and we have a lot of hopes to give you guys as much as we possibly can in the long term. We have a pretty interesting meeting here. You guys have heard me talk about it in the Discord last week. We have another follow-up meeting, 2 follow-up meetings this week as well. So hopefully we can make this deal move forward, and secure this for our community. And we will continue to give you guys everything we possibly can. We honestly do believe in true utility and giving back. So that being said, I hope you guys don't lose faith in us, right? I hope you guys believe that we are not here to just we are not here to make a cash grab. We are here to build something for you guys and for all of us. And there is definitely big plans, and we're taking every opportunity we can to make those plans into a reality. iStack Crypto says, thanks for the information. I think I'll just transfer all the ETH and Bitcoin and others I have stored in my wallet under the Binance Smart Chain back to the exchange and then send them back in their native chains. I think that is the smartest thing to do. I am not a believer in the wrapped Bitcoin or, converting a certain asset into another chain for long-term purposes. It's okay for like a small amount for, something short term to spend it and, move on. But I would keep Bitcoin on Bitcoin and I would keep Ethereum on Ethereum, and I will hold them respectively in their own blockchains in my hardware wallet for the long term. I would not trust my Bitcoin on Ethereum. I would not trust my Bitcoin on the Binance Smart Chain. I wouldn't trust any of that. That's just me. Do you DCA XRP? No, I do not DCA XRP, John. I do not. So guys, that being said, make sure you stay tuned for tonight, 7:30 Eastern. I believe Keeper will be on tonight with some inside information about what is happening in the Bahamas and the Sam Bankman-Fried. They were able to make eye contact today. That's all I can say, right? They were able to make eye contact. Keeper has made eye contact with the certain individual, SBF. We're going to be talking about it tonight on the show at 7:30. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you haven't smashed the likes, smash the likes. If you haven't joined Danger Close Alpha, get involved. 5 ETH, $25,000, whatever you want, however you want to see it. It's going to be available for somebody to win in this community. And it's just one of the many things that we're trying to give away to all of you guys. We're also just 22 NFTs away from the next giveaway. So someone's going to get a nice giveaway in the next 22 minutes. So I hope you guys are excited about that. I hope you guys continue to always question everything, trust nothing. And until next time, hodl like it's hot.